How's she going this morning?
Good, you?
Oh, very best. Alright. So, for today's episode, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this air box here and put on a new open air filter we made. We were going to swap out the carburetor, but we decided not to go that way since this carburetor ended up being a 29mm anyways, so that was alright. But what we found it to be is a clutching problem. So we did a little bit of clutching the other day and it seemed to help. So today we're going to put some more weights, shim the spring some more, and we only did the front one, and this time we're going to do the back one too and see how that goes. And as stated before, when that's not enough, we're going to put this in there. We got this donor motor out of a sled, 1970 something Yamaha, so we're keeping it Yamaha. And this is a 433 twin. So going from about 10 horsepower to somewhere around 50 horsepower. So that'll be a good upgrade after. But for right now, we'll see what we can get out of the 4-stroker before we swap her out. And as for the primary clutch, earlier we put a shim in here, dropped it down in, tension the spring. We're going to use a snowmobile spring, but this one is too small and it goes on the inside, so we're going to take this shim out, put a thicker shim in there, and that'll give some more tension. But this did help a lot for the takeoff and keeping the RPMs up, and it worked a lot better. So yeah, we'll shim this and twist this and got the air filter almost on here. Got this almost all mounted up. Just a little air intake. Open her up a little. We also bored the jet out. No replacement jets, or performance jets, I guess. So just bored it out with a drill bit as far as it would go. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we decided after all the clutching and all that stuff that she just wasn't enough. So we pulled the motor. It did the best it could, but it just wasn't going to do what we want. So should have lots of room.
New and improved.
The new and improved. Get the motor all geared up to go here. Controversial thing we did, we cut the end off the crank. The old clutch from the sled was no good, and we already put quite a bit of work into this clutch off the 4-stroke, and it seems to work pretty good, and it has the belt drive for the starter. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a drill on this and spin the crank, and we're going to try to taper it down so that the other clutch fits. We already drilled and tapped the hole, so hopefully we can get it and run the belt drive, and it'll have electric start, and the pull start will just be a backup. So we'll see how that goes.
Here we go. Coming the right way. The left way. Redneck's always good.
And that's how we're shaving it down to see if we can get this clutch to fit.
Here we go. Here's the new installation of the clutch. We cut the end of the crankshaft off, and we drilled a new hole in the crank and rethreaded it and put the clutch on. Everything seems to be working fine.
So what do you say to the haters that said, oh my god, you cut the crank off, just throw it away, it's no good now?
Well, anything can be done. It's all you got to do is take the time and work at it, and you can accomplish anything in life if you like.
That's quite a speed. Oh yeah, look at her. That's the 304-stroke clutch on it. Got it running pretty straight. Nothing wrong with that. We did it. Alright, and for everybody wondering why we cut the crank and why we had to run this 4-stroke clutch and all this stuff, we got the motor in, got most of the mounts made, got it all lined up, and this is why we use that clutch. This isn't where it's going to mount, we're just holding it for now, but so we can use the generator starter to start this motor. No pull cord, run right off the key.
Here we go, folks.
Here we go. There. That'll whirl that over and start that, no problem. No cranking, electric start, just like the old motor.
Here we go.
That's why we used that clutch and did the work, and it's totally worth it.